It's Monday, the 6th of June. Welcome to another edition of The Hoop Show. How's it going, everyone? Ben Reeve here from The Hoop Show. And as I said, it's Monday, 6th of June. Cats had a good win on Friday night. It feels like a lifetime ago now. I probably should have done this on a Saturday or a Sunday. But Cats had a good win over the Bullies by 13 points. Good win. I guess we'll call it a good win. Good first quarter, good last quarter. A little bit of concern in the middle there, but we pulled through in the end, didn't we? And got the job done, and some good signs coming off now. Three straight wins, moving towards West Coast. I think we've got the bye next week, so we've got a nice little rest up for a few of the older boys and come up against a bruise-free game against West Coast, probably. Over there, though, so that'll always be... It's always a bit more of a test over in the West, and they don't tend to travel too well down here, so I probably prefer them down here. But that'll be a bit of a test. I don't think it'll be a complete blowout. You'd expect us to get up by say 40 odd, but anyway, let's talk a little bit about the game that just was on on Friday night. A couple of the ticks and crosses. We'll go through a few of them. So yeah, happy with Jezzo. He got us going really early, didn't he? With these, with I think 3 goals in the first quarter. He went nuts. Got his 500th goal. Ticked off that milestone pretty quick. Didn't muck around with that one. A couple of really great round-the-corner goals there. He was just on fire, and the Cats got out to a 7-goal lead in that first quarter. It was just insane how well we were travelling. Really, really loving it. I'll tell you what I really loved, and it seems like I'm saying this most weeks at the moment, but how good is Tom Atkins going, and how much does he look like the son, well, not look or play, like the son of Max Rook? Tom Atkins, we love you. You are fast becoming a top 3 player in terms of fan love and adoration at Geelong. Keep it going, mate. We're loving what you're doing at the moment. And how big and how strong and how muscular is Baby Guthrie? And I'm still going to call him Baby Guthrie. I've tried with the Hulk Guthrie, but I think he could be as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's always going to be Baby Guthrie to me. He's just got that little baby face, and he's the younger brother of Cam, but hey, he's just a couple of moments there, and you just look at the way he struts around the turf, hitting the contest hard. He was huge when Tom Stewart went down. You got to absolutely love him. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's just probably going to be at the end of this year firmly in our 22, and by next season. I reckon I might even go as far to say Baby Guthrie will be in our top 10. I'm really just loving what he's done. The whole backline, really, with Henderson gone this year, I just think the backline stood up amazingly well. So happy with everyone. Give it to him. Give it to who? Give him the Ron Evans medal for Sam DeConning. Give it to him now. I don't care what round it is. He's been an absolute star. I can't believe it's a crime that it's taken him this long to get the medal in the first place. But no, he's done it. Let's just call it now. Close the books. All the betting agencies can start paying out. Sam DeConning is your 2022 AFL Rising Star winner. Give it to him. And Tui, last little tick. Probably didn't like the headbutt, but I did like it 3/4 time. Tui just sort of standing up a little bit and showing our boys that, okay, guys, look, we're being challenged here. We've got to show something. So he roughed up Bailey a little bit. Bailey clearly sort of retaliated and came back hard at him, but probably a little bit too hard. But yeah, I like what you did there, Tui. I think we got the boys going a little bit there, so really pleased with that. Let's see a bit more of it, and let's see a few of the other boys stick up as well, including you, Baby Guthrie. Let's see some flexing. I know you were in there. You were pulling Bailey Smith off. That was nice to see. Yeah, good stuff. I loved it. I don't normally like a fight. Bit of rough and tumbles, not too bad, but yeah, it was good. Good to see Tui show a bit of strength there. So let's have a look at some crosses, though. It was hard to pick out a few crosses here, and I've got a picture of Mark O'Connor up here, and I'll come to that. Stewart, seeing stars. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that he got concussed. That was a bit of a shame, but I guess, positive. You see how the other guys end up without him being there, and clearly that's a bit of a concern when Stewart's not playing. It was last year when we lost him towards the end of the season, and that pretty much killed our chances of the premiership. Yeah, not great, but I think he's a very crucial player for us. I don't think you've got to be Einstein to realise that. Yeah, where did we go? Well, where did we go in the second and third quarter? I have no idea. I think we went to Mars or something like that. After that first quarter, I thought, we're clearly not going to kick 7 goals a quarter against a quality outfit in the Bulldogs. yeah, first quarter was great. Love to see it. Probably one of the better quarters of the year for us. But after that, we completely disappeared. And credit to the Bulldogs. They changed things up a bit, did what they needed to do to get back into the game. A few of their key players lifted. And Stewart clearly cost us a little bit losing him. But we did enough to hold on, and we found something in that fourth quarter, which was great. I guess I've got the picture of Mark O'Connor. I don't want to call him a whipping boy. I don't think he is a whipping boy, but I'm starting to question what's he offering. He might be in that mix. He offers a lot, let's be honest, but he could be in that mix of players that may not be around if other players are sort of pushing for his spot. He's on the fringe for me at the moment. I hope he finds something in the second half of the season. He was one of the first picked last couple of years, but don't know. I'm not seeing the same amount from him as we've seen previously, so I don't know. Next one, I've got the bye curse. I think we broke the curse last year or the year before, so hopefully that's not a thing. Against West Coast, you've got to think we're going to beat them. How ropeable are we going to be in a week's time from now if we lose to West Coast? And they're just miserable. A 50% percentage, that's enough for you there. If we lose to them off a bye, unbelievable. I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to cancel this show. No, that's why I do that. But I'll do something outrageous. I don't know. It's not going to happen though. Don't worry about it, Cats fans. It's not going to happen. Last little cross of the week. The centre clearances. We were pretty good at stoppages from ball ups and so forth around the rest of the ground. But in the centre, we're getting smashed a bit, and that was probably a concern going into the game that would happen. And that's the way it played out a bit. I did think Stanley was okay, though, and quite competitive and did some good things in that fourth quarter. But, just couldn't really get our hands on it for a fair part of that game through the midfield. Those centre clearances. It's a bit of a concern. Hopefully we can just tighten up a little bit on that. Maybe we get Danger back soon, and that helps a little bit too, depending on where he plays. That's constantly, I just really don't know where Danger's best spot at the moment is. If you could kick straight, you clearly have him up forward in the last couple of years of his career, but don't know. I don't know where. Maybe there isn't a spot and we just sort of use him as a bit of a utility wherever's needed at any given time. So I'm not sure. All right, moving on. Let's go some tweets of the week. So, we'll start with Sean B, at Pivotonians. Sean says, I love Hawkins, but for the love of footy guides, if you mark 35 metres out from goal, take your full 30 seconds for a set shot and nail it. Don't try and pass to Stanley in a contest. Would have put Cats up 46 points and knocked the spirit out of the doggies. That was a bit frustrating, wasn't it, Sean? Hawkins, he does that every now and then, and I get why he does it. He's trying to bring players into it, and that makes players want to move and run because they know there's a chance they'll get on the end of something. So that's good for the Cats, rather than them sitting down, hands on hips. Oh, he's going to take a shot here. I'm not going to sort of move. Not going to put the effort in. So happy with it, but there are times where he probably would maybe, if he had his time again, he'd say, "No, I don't think that's the right choice in that situation." So, and it was kicking to Stanley in his contest. I don't think that was ideal. Not too happy with that one. All right, who's next? Let's see, what do we got here? Cat Fan says, great victory after a huge momentum swing. Cats learning how to combat run and spread. If we dominate centre clearances, no one could beat us. Selwood incredible. Stanley beat English. Rowan, Parfitt, and Atkins bring heat. Guns. Yeah, both Guthries were awesome, weren't they? And we held on. It was really good effort to hold on when everything seemed to be going the way of the doggies in those second and third quarters, and it was sort of a neck and neck in that fourth to start with as well. So we did well. I'm sure we learned a couple of things coming out of that game. Those are the games that you want to be in. You learn so much about yourself and the opposition, and so hopefully we'll take some of those learnings into the latter part of the season as well. Selwood did incredible. He probably doesn't get enough love. I didn't put him in my votes this week, but I nearly did. How many weeks does he get? 8 tackles, 25 touches. If that's a young fella doing that, you'd be thinking, oh, this is amazing. We'd be raving about him for weeks and weeks and weeks. And Selwood does it, and it's just you take it for granted. So I think probably, I don't know if Stanley beat English. I think they probably evened out. There's a couple of times English got loose. But I don't expect Stanley to ever be the best ruckman on the ground. I just want Stanley to do his job and not to be a liability for us. So I think he did that, and I was really happy with the way he stood up in that fourth quarter. Took some marks, which is really important. Parfitt and Atkins always bring the heat. They don't get enough love, those two. All right, thank you, Cat fan. Leroy Latham says, horrible 45-odd minutes through the middle of the game. We need to kick that or get rid of that out of our system. It happened 3 or 4 times this season now. Wasn't it horrible? I still probably thought we were going to win. I think most people would probably say, like, Cats all, there's games like this are full of swings and swings and roundabouts, and there's momentum in games. And Doggies were going to have to do that for 3 quarters, and that's pretty hard to do. But, we did it. We got there. Yeah, let's try and get that out of our system a bit. It does seem to happen quite a lot, especially this season. Maybe we're just trying to blood a few young guys, and I'm not putting the blame on them by any stretch of the imagination, but, a few of our older guys are a bit slower. The cohesion's not there as much as it has been in previous years, and we're still working on some things, but... I don't know. It is a concern of mine as well, Leroy. Let's just watch that a little bit. I don't think we'll see. We'll probably just see us put the Q in the rack against West Coast next week. So I'm not going to count that if that does happen. Geez, I'm sounding a bit arrogant about West Coast already. That's dangerous. But yeah, if we do put the Q in the rack next week against West Coast, I wouldn't read too much into that. It'd be the game the following week. I think it's Richmond. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Thanks for that comment, Leroy. Now, Shmoopy Guy, I love that name, says, Cats dig deep, don't focus on the second and third quarters, which just did. This was very good, dog side on home turf with Stewart out of the game. Critical, possibly season-defining win for season 22. I think it was, Shmoopy Guy, a season-defining win. We might look back on this one and go, oh my God, if we didn't win this one, I think there's been a lot of games in recent weeks where, like, oh gee, we don't win this, where season's not shot, but makes it really hard. And these are the ones that you have to win. You really do. Dogs are probably a middling side, probably in the same level as us. Maybe a couple of results go slightly differently. They'd be exactly where we are. I think we had to win that game. We've now got 3 wins on the trot for the first time this year. Most likely, again, I'm getting arrogant, most likely to be 4 wins on the trot, setting ourselves up beautifully, just coming into that middle part of the year. A lot of home games to come. And look, doesn't mean we're going to win the premiership, but positioning does play a role in your chances of winning a premiership. So if we can finish anywhere between, I don't think we'll finish top now, but if we can finish somewhere 4th, 3rd, or even 2nd somehow, I think Freo's got a bit of a tough run, but they're looking really good, and they've beaten some top contenders. Brizzy, I think they'll come good again. But even then, they've lost to us and Freo. I can't remember if they played Melbourne or not, but they're not really standing up against top quality teams. Sydney's a tricky one. Sydney will be the dark horse in September. It doesn't matter where they finish. I wouldn't want to be playing them in September at any stage. I'm a bit concerned about them. Thanks, Shmoopy Guy. Now, Scott, how you going, Scott? Scott says, tough game. Great to come through with a win against quality opposition. Love Stanley's last quarter. Made a big difference. And Bailey Smith will enjoy a couple of weeks, I suspect. Well, that's what the tribunal said. I haven't heard that he's going to challenge, but I'm recording this on a Monday morning early, so I'm not sure what'll come out of that. But not ideal. Not great at all there. So I don't know what'll happen with Bailey, but he's probably going to take the 2. I wouldn't want to. If I'm the Doggies, I probably wouldn't challenge it. I don't think you've got much of an argument there, really, to be honest. So. But anyway, now my votes for the week. I've gone with Sam DeConning for the 1 vote. I've gone Mitchy Boy for the 2. I think there's a couple of moments that frustrate me with Mitch. He's looking a little bit slower, but he uses it really well and he gets a stack of it. And so those moments that frustrate me, I've got to put them aside a little bit because he does so much other things when he's got the ball. I think he probably deserves it. I'd love to see him on the Roll of Honour at some point this year. He hasn't really done enough to get that yet, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Zach Guthrie in the votes. Zach Guthrie, 3 votes out of 5. I've never had him this high this year, but I'd love what I saw from him on the weekend. On Friday night, it was great. Tom Atkins, how many times has he come and runner-up, bridesmaid in the votes? He's in the top 6 most weeks. I reckon if I did a top 6, he'd be in there for almost every single week. And Jezza Cameron, goodness me, does he have some best on-ground performances. I think this is his 3rd or 4th this year. He's just killing it. When he's on, he's on. And he's been on for, to be fair, probably 3 weeks in a row now, and that's a bit of a coincidence that we've won 3 games. So hopefully he'll keep that going. after the bye against West Coast. You'd imagine he would. I think maybe three or four last time we played him when we had that big win at home last year. I think it was might have been his first day out with the Cats, actually. So good memories for him. So yeah, anyway, so that's my votes. I think it's pretty. I mean, maybe Jeremy Cameron. Most people would have him as their number one. Maybe Tom Atkins will be there in there somewhere for others, but. Let me know what you think about the rest of the votes. Hopefully others have got Sam De Koning in there too. I think he's really proven that. It's probably his first time I would have had him in the votes, really. So anyway, that's my show, guys. Thanks for joining me. As always, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and comment and all that fun stuff. We've got a show coming up tomorrow night, Behind the Play. With Paul James. We've got a special guest, Nick Wade, from the Herald Sun, Deputy Sports Editor from the Herald Sun. So that'll be fun, talking about his time with the Geelong Addy and the Cats and his involvement with the Cats and all that sort of stuff. So that's a good little interview. Have that ready to go for you from tomorrow night. Draft Wars on Wednesday night, as always. And we'll see what happens through the rest of the week. I really would like to put out some stuff over the bye round, some more highlight sort of videos. We've got the last time they met as well with Kieran Fields. That's coming out. I'm not sure when that one will drop this week because of the bye, but maybe it'll be this week. Maybe it'll be anytime. We'll see how we go on that one. And yeah, we'll probably have some other content coming your way as well. So thanks for watching again. Really appreciate it. Let's keep the chat going in Twitter. And go Cats!